In this video, let's see if we can do a justice to this beautiful crystal opal. It's a piece of shell, you can see the lines there, and I want to cut it and put it in a gold necklace piece. Can I do it? Will this cut? Watch till the end to find out. Look at that. I mean, it at first doesn't appear as a shell, but for those who have been cutting opal can tell. Firstly, it's got that indentation in the middle there, and as shells tend to do, this side, look at that. This side just shows how beautiful it is. And upon the analysis, it looks like it's very, very clean. And you can see some of those shell lines. Can you see there? The lines there? Beautiful, isn't it? Now, what I want to do is cut it in a teardrop shape. Now, this is 2 carats, but it's absolute triple 8 bling. Look at that. I mean, ho, ho, ho. You would love it. I can just look at it just like that. But I want to do it justice, and I want to make a special jewelry piece with it. Now, I've got a gold setting here. There you go. Now I've got a gold setting here, which actually has a diamond in there too. I bought it wholesale, and I want to put that opal in here, and it will definitely outshine the diamond. For those of you, opal definitely does outshine the diamond. Now that's stamped, it's gold, and that shell, I feel, deserves the solid gold. Beautiful piece. Let me know in the comments if you think that. Now, you can see that will be a lot smaller. So we'll lose quite a bit. But now I just need to have a look. Do I end up cutting it in half? Or will I just simply lose some of this piece? And if I analyze it, it's got just a little bit of a indentation here. I can't see any cracks, and that red color is popping here, and that's your thickest part of it, so you can make a nice dome or cabochon on top there. The thing is, and this would be weird, but facing it from this side can bring more color. Oh, look at that. So let me think about it. Let's see if we can clean it up a little bit. I mean, you could even, like you could do freeform of the shell in the pieces. That's how good it is. But I just think that gold piece there requires something special, and this is quite special. Okay. So first things first, I get my torch and have a look if this piece is clean inside. And there are a couple of little sand spots, and they go in a little bit. So, but not all the way. So maybe part of it might become very thin if it's to be completely translucent, clean crystal without any our good old friend, the sand. So now I had a look. You can see those sand spots, but I'm pretty confident that this will clean up. Before I go on the wheels, though, I thought, okay, I do something different because the shell it's a bit curved. Rather than losing the thickness of the shell, I go and use my good old Dremel. There you go, and I'll have a link to that in the description if you want to buy it. I get some little money from Amazon. It's a great tool. It's about $90. I love it. It's quiet. It's fast. It does all I need to do. So, and the sintered diamond burr is it's a 600 one, so it's not too aggressive. And yeah, let me just adjust this. Um, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean this up just to see if I can get that sand off of those little spots before I'll flatten the piece out or anything else, because I just want to see if I'm gonna get the opal good enough to to fit into that setting, the gold setting. The other thing is that this shell or shell piece is quite big, so might actually end up being too big for the gold setting. And I don't know. I just it's a beautiful piece of shell, and I I want to get away. If I can get it all cleaned up, it's probably big. I might not bring myself to cut it in half or lose the carrot weight of it. So okay, let me speed this up here and see what will if we can clean up that sand. All right, so look at that. See that color pattern in the red, blues, greens, the flagstone. It is a spectacular piece of shell, and it looks like it's cleaning up. You can see this side is very, very clean. As usual, the shells underneath just show up really face magnificent and clean. Now this one, see this sand spots there? Sorry about the shaky hand, but I'm gonna have to get rid of it, and it goes in there a little bit, so it will make the piece a lot thinner. And see, that side is clean, but in actual fact, the color on top, on just underneath that shell skin on the other side, is better, but it has those sand spots. See, it's a lot more red here. Look at that big flag on the right hand side there, all red. Whoa, I just can't help looking at this. And that sand will come off because you can see it's on the other side, doesn't go all the way through, but it will make it thin. But it's a big piece, and that color, wow, that is, I just, sorry guys, but and ladies, but I can look at it forever. Look at this, just, it gives me the peace and the calmness. Just those colors. Not very often you get that, from the shell. I think this one came from Bruce's Opals. And yeah, I've cleaned it up a little bit here, and you can see what's happening, right? It's just cleaning up, but I cannot bring myself, to put that into that gold setting. It's just, I would have to make it way too small, or if I cut it in half, it's just a waste because it's cleaning up. I didn't think it's gonna clean up looking under the torch, but it is. So I'm gonna have to go and search for another piece of opal. Okay, so after all this, I mean, you witnessed me cleaning this up. I can't bring myself to cut this piece into that shape and lose so much of this. Plus, I can't decide if I'm gonna face it from this side, look at that, or this side. So I'm going to plan B, but don't worry, this plan B is amazing. This, first of all, this will become piece on its own, double-sided. I'm gonna flatten it out, well, not flatten out, cleaning it up. There is a little bit of sand still here as you can see that line. So, and make some other piece for another jewelry. But for this, look, I got this inlay and some ring stones, and they are just amazing. I mean, crazy, right? Look at that. Just showing you some magic here, because that's what these colors are. I mean, they're just crazy. Look at that. And so I'm gonna pick a stone. Look at that inlay. Wow, I love it. This is opal colors. I mean, seriously, opal is about color. Oh, it doesn't get much better than these little stones. Now they 1 to 2 carats each. Some of them are just under, but just magic. Look at the red here. Look at that one. This is nuts. Look at this. This is just, it's an old stock, very, very old stock. I sold some of the stones out of it at 5,000 an ounce. So individual stones, you know, whatever that is, but they are great value because they look crazy, and there is some inlays. So I'm gonna pick. Let's go and clean up one of the stones that fits here. I think this one. Look, it's nice round. It's juicy, and if I draw, it fits in here just. So if I draw a teardrop shape on that and just use the wheel dop stick, I'll make nice thick piece, and that will bling. I hope it's clean. And whoa, look at this. Now you tell me. That is definitely deserving golden diamond. Well, since I'm with a Dremel, just clean up. Whoops. This is what can happen. Can happen on the wheel with these little ones. They can just shoot off and you just lose them, or they shatter. But I cleaned it up with the Dremel just to have a look, and I think this is pretty much all color. Sand is coming off, so we can go on the wheels with that and just shape it into that setting. But look at those colors. All right, so dopstick, there you go. I've used the glue this time, and let me know what you think, glue versus wax. I am, you know, the glue holds it pretty well, but afterwards, cleaning up the glue of the opal is very annoying. And so, what do you guys use? Let me know in the comments. Glue, wax, or the glass from Riley, glass sticks. Let me know what's your preference. I tend to look, I use the glue just to give it a go here and there. I just go with the flow, you know. And this is, by the way, this is a 600 wheel that we're using. It's a small stone, so I don't want to get too aggressive, and I'm just gonna shape it on the 600 and then go the novice. And yeah, just I am wax. Wax to me is the number one, the green wax, not the brown. To me, it holds it well, and it's just, you know, easier to take it off the dopstick. Don't have to really clean much up. It's I know it takes a little bit more finesse putting it on with the wax, and I suppose that comes with the experience. But anyway, I thought I used the glue. I haven't used the glass sticks myself because it's just at the practicality point. You know, they break when you drop them. So I know a lot of you use it and really like it. So let me know, what do you think? So, all right, well, we just keep on shaping on the 600. Maybe I'll speed it up here and see what we get.
All right, so we've got the Nova wheel now, and got the shape I wanted. This 600 Nova is still taking off Opal, guys. So for those who are learning using the wheels or wondering which wheel does what, and some of you, and when I started, I just assumed as self-learner that six hundred Nova is just polishing. It's not going to take much Opal off. It's just gonna start the smoothing process. Well, it doesn't. It takes quite a bit of Opal off still. So watch it. Look at the color though. We're getting there. So this stone, when I started, was around 1.5 carat, and now it's becoming a pointer. But that setting needs a pointer. So we've got to get it right. The color is amazing on it, and so I'll just go through the Nova wheel, so speed it up again, and then see what we've got. Okay, look at my trick. I got a thin dop stick. Do you like this? Bit of a trade trick. And I can go put it through there and see if this stone fits in there. That's looking quite alright. It's not a symmetrical teardrop shape. I just work on it a little bit more and go on the 1200 now again, speed it up to see if we can get a better finish. So look, we ended up with this, and you wouldn't believe it. I went to take the the glue off, and I lost the Opal. It just span out when I was trying to clean it up on the wheel, and I can't find it. So guess what? Third time lucky. I have to find another stone. So we're going now with this shell. And look what I found. This is a dark Cuba shell. 2.5 carats of it, and look at that red underneath. So seriously, I am a little bit frustrated with my time on the wheel this time, but I am glass half full. We're going positive. We have another piece of Opal now. My members got a preview to my thinking process and saw all the stones I was going through and what actually happened. And so if you want to be a little bit more involved, get some footage that it's uncut and my thinking process and all sorts of bits, plus if you're buying Opal, you get a 10 or 15% discount on my store if you want to buy Opal from me. Look at that. Whoa, what's coming? But will this sand clean up? Bit concerned there. But yeah, so join the memberships. It's a few dollars a month. It really helps me out. I do need your help because I am spending a lot of time doing this. And it'd be nice to have a few dollars of appreciation. And thank you guys that have been there. Some of you from beginning, just keep renewing the memberships. It's not a lot of money to some, it's a lot of money to others, and I appreciate either way. And you don't have to join in. A lot of you make comments and really encourage me to keep going, and that is really the most important. Look at the color, and that sand is really coming off. Wow, that is spectacular. Well, that is deserving of that gold setting with that little diamond. Wow, let's see if I can get a good job with that. I mean, I had all sorts of stones, to put in there. I wanted to go from, find something really worth that setting. And I think this is looking like this is gonna be a good job, good stone. And can I? Wow, I can't. I know you guys can't see it in your hand, but I'm looking at it not through the camera, and it looks so much better than the camera. I mean, it just does, and different angles and lights shine. This is quality. And how rare is it? A dark shell. It's very, very dark. And look at that. Oh, you've got to love it. If you love Opal, this is for me. Look, and there is plenty of bar there. It's very thick. There is that little crack still. That could ruin the Opal. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to go and through another one. I really hope that crack doesn't go through the stone. It is going to get thinner because of this, but see there, it just stops there. I don't think it goes through. So I'm gonna go clean that up and see if we can. I think it's cleaning up. And yeah, I like to keep about 3 mil thickness on the stone. You know, a lot of colors leave bigger, as big as possible backing because they can charge more for carat. And I personally think, you know, obviously depends on the Opal. Sometimes the Opal is wider, so you might leave a little bit more thickness, you know, for its stability. But on the normal size Opal, you know, 1 to 5 carat, something like that, I think 3 mil is plenty, and you can take the back off and charge an honest per carat price. And look, that even that side, color is coming through. I am gonna get rid of that indentation because we want it to be stable, and we've got room to play here because it's quite big. But look at that! Whoa. This is just an amazing piece. And if I can cut this into symmetrical teardrop shape for that setting, see there, and I want to get the red. See, you may not see it, but there is part of the stone is really blinging red, that corner there on the bottom of your screen. So I want to cut it in a way not to lose it. So okay, I went to draw the shape, and I'm gonna go into the tip where all that red is on the top right. So that's gonna be my tip, and I'm gonna just shape it all up. So I might just speed that up for you and see what we're gonna end up with. All right, I'm very happy with the shape I got here, and it's just gonna need a little bit more work to create, you know, the smooth edges. Look at that color bar. It's through the whole shell. It's about 3 mil thick. Oh, it's a little bit more than 3 mil at the moment. And if you see my little trick on the dopstick, I am using the glue again, but this shape is awesome. And it's a little bit bigger than you see. It's gonna become smaller after the Nova wheels. And I'm gonna round the edges, create a little bit of a slight dome on it, and that, because that color bar is so thick on the edges, it's gonna bling on the sides as well. So I just gotta bring it in a little bit, you know, to make it fit a little bit better. The setting will open up a little bit, so you will take a little bit bigger stone than the one I lost. So hey, in life, something doesn't work out, maybe the universe is telling us something. Stay positive and go, okay, I'm listening. That stone there wasn't for that. This is a much better stone. So this is, at the moment, we got down to about 1.2, 1.3 carats. And yeah, we started around the 2.5. But, as you cut rough opal, you do lose fair bit. And they will, as I said before, this is still taking off opal. This is 600 Nova, then we're gonna go on the 1200. It's still gonna take off opal. I just wanna make it symmetrical and all nice flat first. And then I'm gonna round the edges and yeah, see the best. I'll do the best I can do with it because it deserves it and put it in that setting. So, all right, let's speed it up and see how I do. I think this will work. All right, so after the 600 Nova, this is what we've got. Look at, I'm happy with it so far. Still gonna go on the 1200 and then polishing cerium oxide felt well, but I think look at that. Once you open up those prongs, this will fit in pretty nicely there. There's still a little bit of sandy spot there on top. We'll get rid of that. And wow, you tell me, what do you think? Some of this looks like red hearts, the pattern. Look at that, red hearts. It's just meant to be. I'm loving it. So, okay, and my little trick with the dopstick thin enough to go through makes it easy. You like it?
All right, so we've got our stone for the setting. This is 1 carat. Look at that. It's cut. I think I've done a great job cutting it. It's got still the thick bar all around it. It's nice 3 mil thick, which is kind of the perfect sort of thickness for opal, which a lot of people work towards the 3 mil, not to sell, unnecessary carats, which a lot of people do, make them 4 or 5 mil thick, leave potch around for no reason, apart from quoting a heavier weight and getting more money for it. But look at that, the reds and the blues and the golds. And of course, we had this one, which didn't work out, and the one we lost. So, third time lucky. We do have our stone. Let me know in the comments, do you think this would have been better? But as you know, I haven't gone and used this one. Firstly, it's translucent crystal. Not the best for gold unless you put some black backing under it, which I could have done. But it's just, I don't want to cut it to smaller piece because it's such a beautiful blinging shell. And this one is just awesome. And we're going to put it in that setting. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. I just need to adjust it a little bit and close those prongs, and you're gonna have a beautiful dark Cuba dark shell, which is an absolute gem. Fiery red, blue, the whole rainbow, but dominated by those reds. Look at that. I mean, cut to perfection. 1 carat. It's gotta be $800 stone. Plus, you've got the gold with the gold chain. So that's gonna be, $1,200 to $1,500 necklace. But wow, it's pretty special. Imagine Valentine's gift or something like this, or for your mom. It's a little diamond in there too. I have no idea about the value of the diamond though. But look, that stone is awesome in there. Look at that. It's clean, beautiful, big, thick color bar, blinks from the sides as well. Look at that. I like it. All right. And on that note, I'll see you on the next one. Look at that. I could look at that forever. those reds, that pattern. Wow. There's a lot going on in that stone. Oh, look at that. Blues as well, and reds and everything. Wow, I think we've done well.